Alright, hello friends and foes. A few months ago I asked you guys to ask me questions, well, like 6 months ago, and I still haven't answered them, but I have a new album coming out. I'm very excited about it, so I thought maybe I would try and answer them now and do some sort of promotion. So, at 5:19 p.m. Eastern Time, that is what I'm here to do. So, let's get cracking. So, first question. Like, coping, resentment. Yeah, I'm not very proud of that song. I think I've moved on from that type of writing, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, that was just something that probably could have stayed on the hard drive. Number two, who are the other people credited in The Long Dream? I don't know. This actually happened the other week where I checked my artist page and there was somebody else's music there, and it's this thing that happens with distribution platforms where like, I don't think you could do it with really high level people because they have people like checking all the time, but just for the sake of trying not to explain this for too long, I could like upload a song and say that I'm Selena Gomez, and then maybe for like a few seconds it would actually end up on her page. But if you're smaller, there's just no checks, and nobody really cares either, so that was a bit of a hassle. But maybe it's one of those situations, that's my guess, or maybe like I was trying, but not sure. Alright, why on Spotify do you have two different artist accounts? One under my own name and Housecat, and are you going to be releasing on both, or just Housecat? One has disappeared. You're releasing songs under that were on it under Housecat? Okay. Yeah, I I tend to go through kind of like a like an existential or like identity crisis with my artist persona or like music thing every once in a while. That was one of those moments where I thought I really don't like the name Housecat anymore, and I wanted to like take myself seriously, which didn't pan out that well. I didn't make very good music and stuff that I felt like I could fully shift over to. So I came back, deleted that. I've even deleted some more stuff just off of my main account because I just don't think it fits with where I want to be necessarily, or like my portfolio. Because sort of like the first question, it was just stuff that I think I made quickly. I was like, look what I can do, but doesn't really stand the test of time. It doesn't really fit into what I'm trying to do, whatever that is. So yeah, that account I kind of want to save almost for if, like, I don't know, this new album, like I wanted to release it under that, but there was a lot of deliberation, but I decided to go with Housecat, so I'm not sure what will happen, but I'm sure on YouTube there will be releases of the stuff that's been deleted in the future. Not sure when. But yeah, thank you for the question, Emilio111, the first version. What is the song or piano piece at the end of The Psychology of the Man-Child? It's a beautiful piece. It probably is. I don't know what it is, and I also don't think I made that track. It's probably from Artlist, like some copyright-free thing, so if I can find it, I'll let you know. It'll be somewhere. If I can't, this makes me look... This is awkward, you know? Yeah. Would you consider making an... Thank you very much. I don't know how to make an editing tutorial. OBS crashes whenever I try to screen record while I'm doing something important, so I'm not sure about that. But there's like a small editing tutorial on the Sisyphus Patreon. It's not the most like in-depth. I think I teach you how to make the stickmen blink. So, but yeah, the editing is, or the like editing, I don't know. It's not really that crazy, so I'm not really sure how I would talk about it, like if you just mean the effects or something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Thank you for the question. I don't know. Next question from Maverick Monkey. Yeah, like I imagine by study, I mean like I went to a school or had tutoring or something. No for both. Animation was kind of just like I think I remember my brother made some stop motion stuff when we were like really little, and I discovered that when you take pictures of things and play them really quickly, that's what a film is. I was like, wow. So that's kind of, I just had like a very small concept of animation since I was little. And then fast forward like, I don't know, 10 years, my brother started asking me, like, he had this channel that was growing every year for some weird reason. But yeah, he wanted me to do the animation, or like the in-betweening, or the boiling for all my animation experts out there. So I did that for a few years, and then it kind of evolved into what it is now, where I edit, animate, and do all the visuals and put it together. I used to do more of the music back then. Now it's more, piano stuff that I don't think I can't do, so it's fine. But I think the most I had done was I looked up, there's like 10 or 20 things that are like essential for animation. It's like making a ball bounce, getting a flower bag to walk. It's like making a character look like they're thinking. And it just kind of teaches you the essentials of like squash and stretch and timing, and how to draw better for animation. So yeah. And then with music, I think I had like a few guitar lessons when I was little. In band class, I broke my jaw at the start of the year, and I think I was supposed to be playing tuba, so that didn't work. And then in band class later on, I convinced the teacher to let me play guitar in like an all brass and woodwinds band. And then I never learned anything, and she got really mad at me at the end of the year. So yeah, none of my lessons with other people seemed to really go that well. But I remember I got into Joji and Mac DeMarco, and was like, oh, you can make music yourself, because I'd always liked music. And I just started playing with the guitars and the drum kit we had around the house, for some reason. And then over time, you just keep learning. And then, one year I just got into jazz, and that was kind of a big thing where I was like, oh, you kind of need to, well, not kind of, you absolutely need to understand what's going on. So that was a lot of just teaching, because I was, or like lessons or studying just because I was like interested in it. So that's when I started skipping classes in school, because I wanted to learn the chords to, what song was it? Thelonious Monk song, Round Midnight. Yeah, that's, That was way too much to explain, but yeah, no, I'm not. I'm all self-taught, all ready to rumble. Do you have intense periods when you write a lot of music and then more silent periods, or are you always making or playing something? When I was first starting out, I think I was like always doing stuff. It was very obsessive, and then I realized that I didn't really have a lot to actually write about because I wasn't doing anything. So now I kind of see it as like you have like a download time, which is when you're living life, you're taking things in, you're downloading, and then you have a time of uploading, which is like where you live quite hermetically and just get it all out. And that's kind of what I've been doing for a while, but I've been learning that it is good to, at some level, keep consistent, like keep playing your instrument every day, keep writing every day, keep just writing down like ideas and thinking about it. It leads to it just leads to better stuff because you're always working on it. It's not like learning to do something every time you do it because you take so much time off. Do or how do life events impact the music you play, right? They do, for sure. They're kind of like the main thing that makes me do stuff. I don't know, I've just never really figured out a better outlet for dealing with stuff. And it's also that ability to transform something that you'd rather not think about or that like really sucks, transform it into something you can like dance to. That's pretty cool. So I really like the sort of transcendent quality of music in terms of life events, and then even good ones. I feel like they make me want to do better at music or push myself or something. So it's because it's, I think, such a core part of who I am. There's no way to necessarily isolate it. How did you guys decide to start and work on the Sisyphus channel? Yeah, I mean, we're brothers, grew up in the same house, so we learned a lot of stuff at the same time, and then him being my older brother, I was kind of always like, whatever he was doing, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do it better, just kind of being competitive. And yeah, it led to us just doing a lot of stuff in the same fields. And yeah, like I'd help him with films in his media arts class, and helped him with the channel and stuff. So yeah, we've always been working together. It's very easy. It's almost like kind of a hive mind. Like we've tried to work with other people, even with the channel, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. We don't communicate very well with other people when it's us working together because it's very, like, I know what you're saying sort of thing, whereas somebody else could be, somebody we're trying to, like, teach how to interact with us. It's, like, completely out of the loop. So, yeah, it's been very natural. We didn't really decide. He just kind of made me start drawing stickmen. How long does it take to make a video on average? Do you first have the script done and then comes the music, or is I don't think any video has really been centered around like the music, and like I don't really make music for the channel anymore unless it's very specific, but it takes about 3 days if I'm doing it comfortably. I can do one in a day, but that's pretty soul crushing. But yeah, they always start with a script and a voiceover, and then I do whatever. Thank you for the question. Yeah, it's a difficult question, because you can look at it through a bunch of different ways. There's, discipline, and there's pushing yourself and stuff like that. But if you're a musician or an artist or whatever, chances are you're working some other job or you're doing something else, and it's more of like a background thing, even if it is the thing you really want to do. And to stay consistent at it, like let's say you're learning clarinet, but you're going to school or you have a job, and there's only a certain time where you can play clarinet in your building because you don't want to drive your neighbors insane. Like, it's very difficult to kind of face the fact that if you're going to be doing two things at the same time, it is going to be very hard. It's not going to be easy, and to really push yourself, I think, means to do the thing that is rare, which is like staying up late and committing yourself to it, or finding some other way to play clarinet and practice it and really dive deep, because it's also understanding you're adding something new to your routine, especially if you want it to be consistent. And that comes with its own comfort or discomfort, because you have to work around other stuff that you have to do, and you have to work around those feelings of I'm too tired, I can't do this, or it's late, I might as well do this tomorrow, and procrastination and stuff like that. You kind of get to a point where it's easier, but yeah, it always sucks at the start. So yeah, consistency is like just the definition of consistency. Do it every day, keep pushing yourself. Any time it feels easy, like be happy about that, but then start pushing yourself harder, because then you can kind of end up complacent and then it loses its fun. But yeah, that too. Make it fun. Push yourself and do the thing that other people aren't gonna do because it's difficult. It's difficult because it's worth it, you know. And if you care about it, you'll commit yourself to it. And yeah, that was probably kind of annoying. I'm sorry. Best part is probably like the euphoric high you get after making something that you really like, or just you don't really think about it that much, but when you record guitar and stuff like that, like you're putting these frequencies through a microphone onto like what I kind of think of as a canvas, and you start building something that's new, and there's something magic about it, I think, frequencies and all that. So yeah, and it's just that like this album I made, it's the hardest I've ever worked on anything. It's the most I've ever put myself into something, and the feeling at the end of it was unmatched by anything I've experienced in my life. It was crazy, and it's cool. Nobody can take that away from you when you get that feeling, because you did that. You know, you made it, and it's a beautiful thing. The worst thing, it's probably all the stuff that doesn't have to do with like the creation, like just because it's just me. So with like uploading all the videos, uploading all the tracks, syncing the lyrics on Apple Music, the metadata, the singles, merch designs, like all of that stuff. I enjoy doing it, but man, it's a lot. It's pretty intense. And then yeah, record labels are difficult. The industry is difficult. It's in a pretty tumultuous time, as it has always been since its inception, or since its conception, whatever the word it is I'm looking for, since then. So yeah, it's probably the worst part. And then yeah, self-doubt and being like, I suck. That makes things hard. Yeah, thank you for the question. I mean, a lot of people inspire my music, a lot of things. It's kind of hard to just give like a laundry list out. And it always changes over time. There's people that stick with me, and there's people that come and go. But I mean, this album was interesting. I listened to I listened to 2 to 3 albums every day for 3 months. So sometimes there were repeats, but yeah, it was a lot of new music, and a lot of it kind of snuck its way into this album in ways I could not expect. Yeah, I listened to like a lot of pop music, like really started to try and dissect catchy songs and songs that make you, songs that put your hips in danger and stuff like that. Like that's kind of what I was interested in. And then, indie folky stuff I was quite interested in. I think at the time this was commented, like Bob Dylan was the biggest inspiration, and I think like every artist I went through my phase of trying to be Bob Dylan, so he was a big inspiration for a while, but since then it's just gotten a lot broader. There's quite a lot. There's jazz musicians, you could talk like Coltrane is probably one of my biggest idols in music. There's the guys from the start, Mac DeMarco, and there's the stuff I heard a lot as a kid, like I've been super into the Killers recently, and just kind of lots of one-off songs that inspired my musical appetite. Super into like Geese, Cameron Winter right now, Black Country New Road, got really into the Strokes a few months ago. Ween is definitely fun. It's been a lot of good music to listen to, and a lot of good stuff on this new album from those places. Sabrina Carpenter, I love the work Jack Antonoff did on the production end of that album, with the fiddles, the kind of country 80s Dolly Parton pop vibe. Really liked that. Even some of that snuck its way in, so check that out tomorrow. Thoughts on Buddy Holly? I've really only listened to like one greatest hits album by the guy. I know the one song, Every Day, It's a Getting Closer, something, very infectious melodies, Rest in Peace. Don't know that much about the guy, but yeah. Well, thank you all for the questions. It's always an honor to answer them, even though I sound like an idiot for a lot of it. It's cool, and I really appreciate just any interaction from the community. It's a dream come true to even have a platform to be able to put this out and get reactions and questions and stuff, so thank you all so much. This new album I've got coming out, it's called Bury Me Someplace Else. There's quite a few themes attached to it. It's kind of a concept album. I can play you a brief snippet right now. It's very good. It's the best thing I think I've made. I also don't want to put all those claims out there and hear that it's actually terrible. But I don't think it is, and that's, I think, all that matters. And it goes out tomorrow. I've been putting in a lot of work just on like the back end of it, just trying to give it a good chance to live and to be heard by as many people as possible. And I really hope the people that listen to my music enjoy it. I hope it's surprising. I hope it scares some people away because they weren't supposed to be here in the first place. And I hope it excites some people in ways that it excites me. I think I've listened to it a lot just because I get a kick out of it, even though I've probably heard it like 200 times at this point, just mixing every track and stuff. But that's, I think, how I know I've got something to be proud of here. And I'm just super excited for it to go out and to see where it goes. I want to do live shows. I want to think about playing live, and Maybe getting a band or something like that would be amazing. Honestly, if you are in North America and you play bass, drums, guitar, keyboard, really any of those things, and you want to tour, let me know, because, I don't know. Anything's possible with, anything's possible. Dream big. I hope it does well. I hope you guys like it. I hope it's exciting. I'll try and engage a little more with the community, I think, and with my channel. Just as a way to try and get something going here, because, I don't know, this is what I want to do, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do it, but it's exciting to think about how far it can go in reaction to, I guess, my efforts. This has been a lot of me talking about myself, and I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed. So thank you once again for all the questions, the continued support and interest, and tell your friends, tell your family, tell your foes about the next album coming out tomorrow, 12 a.m. on the 28th of February, when 6 planets are aligning in our night sky. It's going to be a universal event. So, Thank you very much.
420.